Alright, so I'm going to try to mark all of these up by saying the word mark. Now, if that actually works in the editing process, I don't really know, but we'll see what happens. Mark! Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Noah Miller, aka Infant War. I'm the owner of this channel, and I just wanted to go through a couple of the records that I own today, so I could share some of the music that I really enjoy with you guys, and I could talk about some stuff that I care about. It's gonna be, kind of quick with this. It's gonna be very basic, very unscripted, just kind of like me talking. So this first one that I wanted to show off, it's Hearthstone Psycho by Don Toliver. Just came out. Let me get on this one. That camera's probably better. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, but Hearthstone Psycho by Don Toliver, I thought it was a great album. I know a lot of people didn't like his last one, but I did very much, which was Love Sickness. But I didn't get that one on vinyl, so I saw when the pre-order came out for this, I needed it right away, and I got it. I like the aesthetic of the whole thing too, with the biker shit. Here's some of the, what are these called? The slipcover things. It's kind of blurry on the laptop camera there. Keep it on the phone. Give another look at this. We got this. Alrighty. Yeah, and this was just a great album all around. It had a lot more energy than Love Sickness did, which I think is what a lot of people like really liked more. Love Sickness had more slower songs, more kind of like drugged out. Not really drugged out, but it was like this 80s kind of theme with like the retro thing. It's hard to talk about that album because it just didn't stick in my head for too long, but I mean, I did like the aesthetic of it when it came around. I liked it a lot. This is my most recent acquirement. I bought it a couple months ago. It just came in the mail a couple weeks ago, or a couple days, a week ago, whatever. This is my second most recent purchase. This is Travis Scott's Utopia, and this is the Indie Shop vinyl version of it. So we got the kids. We got the kids on the slip there. Don't really know what the point of that is. This vinyl is like a translucent orange, which I really like. It's pretty cool looking. Get the other one here. I think this has Travis looking crazy. Yeah, it's got Travis looking crazy in a couple of different ways. Utopia was a great album too. A lot of people didn't like it for whatever reason, but it has an energy to it, like a rawness that was kind of profound in a way. A lot of it was kind of like working off of like old Kanye things, but he turned it around with a couple different things. Like Telekinesis was a great song. I fucking love Telekinesis. Using Future and SZA together is just kind of like a cheat code though. Schizo of Young Thug. Lost Forever with Westside Gunn. Westside Gunn needs to be implemented on more trap beats like that. He sounds incredible. I like the entire album. There's no point going through song by song. It'd be better just to say the ones I didn't like Circus Maximus. I didn't think that was that good of a track. Parasail's more of a interlude anyway, but why did you have Dave Chappelle, of all people, on a track? Like, what was the point of getting Dave Chappelle out? Dave Chappelle and Young Lean and Travis Scott, like, what the fuck? Till Further Notice is a good song, kind of unnecessary. 21 Savage feature on that. Utopia Twins he fit a lot better on. The 49 Rob, that was a good feature. Kind of surprised there wasn't a Don Toliver feature on this album, but I'm glad that, well, I don't know. I'm not glad or particularly happy or anything that he's not on there. I was hoping he would be, but they'll have more music in the future, I'm sure. It's nothing to be worried about. Moving on to the next one, I got this one pretty recently. It's Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. This is an interesting one. Not a lot of people really cared for this album. When it came out though, I was just like in a weird state, if that makes sense. Like a weird little phase of my music expression. So I really enjoyed it. This is like a translucent green version too. It's an interesting little thing. But this is like a collector's edition. I don't even know like the specifics about this. I went to my local record store and they had this on sale. It's pre-used, but they had it on sale for like 20-30 bucks, which I thought was a steal for this kind of thing. And it has a little art book that comes with it that has just a bunch of pictures of Post Malone looking kind of like edgy or whatever you want to say. Yeah, he kind of looks like he's trying to be Ken Carson there. But I fuck with the whole aesthetic of it anyway. Like, there's one particular one that I've really liked. These ones are cool. Kind of like the old JPEG. Pixelated camera shit with the ghost view. You know what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain myself anymore. What's on this other slip here? Oh, so there's two art books that came in this one for whatever reason. Yeah, Post Malone with a fucking sword. Like that has aura, I think. It goes kind of hard. And then the slip for this one they're pretty what are they? Minimal, but it doesn't need to be anything more. I think it's very clean in the way that it was put together. Like the art direction seems very focused, if that makes sense, even though the art books do contain a bunch of random pictures. They're all in a very similar style and vein, and they all kind of tell a sort of story about Post Malone being the chosen one, or whatever that he was trying to get across with this album. Hollywood's Bleeding is a good album. I enjoyed it. The song with Ozzy Osbourne and Travis Scott was fucking stupid. That shouldn't have been made, but it was, and I'm so glad it was. Because it's stupid in a very good way. Like, I really like that song. Moving on, though. This was another more recent purchase. I just got into getting records more a few months ago. I only have 14 here that I'm going to show off today because I only have 14 records. And I'm hoping to kind of like update it as I get more, make more of these types of videos, just sharing it. But I don't have that much right now, and I do have some like weirder things. Like I got Heroes and Villains by Metro Boomin. I got this ordered into the record shop that I go to. It's kind of an odd story. I was listening to the Chop Not Slop version of this album, and I really wanted that on vinyl because I thought it was crazy, like the DJ like remix of it, which a lot of people don't like it. His like versions of albums or whatever, but I've been just trying to look at things through like a different lens lately, and it's interesting in that way. But Heroes and Villains, I don't know why I even threw that down. There's nothing really, this isn't like a special edition or anything. So there's not a lot to show off. I do have this like little half poster thing that just has Metro Boomin on it, and it's in fire, and he has his Jesus piece, of course, and then there is the track list, and then I like the back art of this is pretty cool too. It's interesting. Good album. I mean, that came out in what, 2023, 2022, I think. I don't really remember. But Metro Spider, Trance, Around Me, all those songs basically with Don Toliver, Travis Scott, or Young Thug. Or Future, which is almost all the songs, so it doesn't even matter. But good album. Feel the Fire, good one with A$AP Rocky. I'm gonna save this one for a little bit later. This is The Off Season by J. Cole. This was actually my first J. Cole album that I listened to, which is kind of strange to think about because this isn't considered one of his better works even. But it was my introduction to him. This is a slip here. It kind of has like variations on the album art, the album cover. It has like different versions of that, and then the track list on the back there is alright. I think this is just a plain black vinyl. Nothing too special about it. I've been going back to this album a little bit more recently. Listening to Applying Pressure, Punching the Clock, Hunger on the Hillside. I like every song. Pride is the Devil is probably my favorite. Because because that was one of the first songs I heard with Lil Baby on it that I fucked with really heavy. And Lil Baby's like one of my favorite rappers of all time too, but not getting into that. This is a different one. 21 Pilots Clancy. This is the indie exclusive version of it. I kind of just bought this on a whim. I do like the album, like the first half of it. It is pretty front loaded, I will say, because the rest of it's kind of like and it's not even like that crazy of an album. It's 21 Pilots album in 2024. Like, I liked it, but it wasn't insane. But I really like the style that they had going for the art direction with it, which is the main reason that I bought the vinyl. Because I bought the vinyl before I even listened to the album, funnily enough. But it has this clear, red and clear disc right here. I like it a lot. I think it looks pretty cool. I think all the packaging for this version of the vinyl is pretty cool. The only thing I have against it is they did kind of take themselves a little too seriously at points. Like, some of the things I feel like weren't tackled with enough care, if that makes sense. It's very on the nose and kind of childish in a way, which, I mean, a majority of people that listen to 21 Pilots are probably in high school still, and I'm a 22-year-old man who decided to listen to this in 2024 because I liked the 21 Pilots album like 3 years ago. But I'm giving it a bad rap. It's not even that bad of an album. Best song on it, I really like the Craving Jenna's version. That's a good song. What's another one off of here? Midwest Indigo is interesting. I like the first 6 songs on the album, but it just doesn't go that far with any of them. Like Routines in the Night, it's like it's just so on the nose, talking about like walking through the hall of memories, like being like, oh look at all this stuff that happened to me. Like, okay, you're fucking 21 Pilots. This is pretty cool though. And I do get that it's a concept album, but it is I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I'm not even making a lot of sense to myself. Travis Scott Astroworld, I don't even know if I can show some of the inlets here because it's just like naked women almost. But this is older. Everybody that likes Travis Scott knows Astroworld. It's like probably his biggest album to date. It's not a special edition either. I just got that at like Walmart, so. Good Kid, Mad City Anniversary Edition. I just got this recently. It was actually a birthday gift to me from my girlfriend, which was very, very sweet and nice of her. This isn't a Kendrick album that I've listened to that much. I got more into him when Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers came out, so I'm pretty late to that too. But the thing is, I didn't start listening to hip-hop until like much later in my life. So a lot of this stuff I came to kind of like out of what people would consider their prime, like the off season with J. Cole or Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which is one of my favorite albums. It's a great album about mental illness and all of that kind of stuff. I love Kendrick's art design and like everything. It's so minimalistic and like beautiful, and it just kind of conveys what he's trying to do. Very simplistic, but simplistic isn't bad. I also like the general earth tones that he uses in the shotgun there is pretty cool. That's a cool shotgun. Than that, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is a great album all around. I don't really know what I can say that people haven't said already, but that's for anything that I've talked about today, so that doesn't really make sense as an excuse. It's a very emotional album, and a lot of people I think were turned away from it because they weren't ready to kind of take the humiliation almost that Kendrick put into it. Not humiliation, because it's not that, but there's like a certain level of like rawness and just pure emotion that went into it because he was talking about so many of his personal experiences and his mental illnesses, which a lot of people can't even come to terms with on their own. So if they're listening to music that is about that journey of coming to terms with it, they might have a harder time because they haven't gone through that themselves. That and the fact that it's just not like a lot of the music that he made before, so people might just be turned away because of that. I don't know. but it was one of my favorite albums of the year it came out. I went to see him in concert because of this album actually, but that's a whole other thing. So we're getting to my older ones now. So this is stuff that I got a long time ago, and this kind of shows how my music had changed from back then. But we got My Turn Deluxe by Lil Baby. Great album. Look at that. Look at that beautiful little gradient he's got going on. Yellow Slips, cause why not? There's nothing interesting about the discs here, so I'm not even gonna worry about pulling them out. They're just plain black discs. But My Turn by Lil Baby was my first album that I listened to from him, and it is probably still some of his best work to date. Like, every song on this I knew front to back at one point. I fucking loved it. Besides Get Money. Get Money is a terrible song and he never should have had that on there. Next one, we have Legends Never Die by Juice WRLD. I only got this because it was his first album after he died, and I was a fan of him when he was alive, and I was like 17, 18. I don't want to say anything bad about the guy. He was a great inspiration to a lot of people. Beautiful little purple disc here, as you can see. I thought it was supposed to be translucent, which is what it said on the website, but then it just came and it's like pure purple, and it's like, okay. It's not what I ordered, but fine. Yeah, but this is like a collector's edition of that album. And it's not that bad, but it's a posthumous album. It wasn't his work to begin with. He didn't finalize and have the final say with any of it. So I'm not even judging it based off of like what he did. I feel like since Juice WRLD died, they did take his memory in a very like weird direction. I don't like a lot of the stuff that they're putting out under his name now, but that's just me. I don't know what else I can really say about that, but yeah. I bought this one off of Urban Outfitters. This is probably, I think this is the first vinyl that I bought myself. Jack Boys. I don't even know why I got this. It was a fun little mixtape when it came out. Just Don Toliver love, I guess. Don Toliver, Travis Scott love. But it's got a cool little vibe to it with the art and stuff on it. I'm excited to get a place where I can start hanging these up on the wall. And then Voice of the Heroes with Durk and Lil Baby. Another great album by Lil Baby and Lil Durk. Great little joint project. There's nothing special about those, but this had a lot of memorable moments on it from that summer. It's still in rotation a little bit, but man, if they did a Voice of the Heroes too, that would be crazy. That's what Lil Baby needs to get out of his drought. Really. If he had a Voice of the Heroes too, I feel like it could propel him back up there. But that's whatever. That's number 13. So, the last one I got is my favorite. Well, it's my favorite, but it's like the most special to me. And it is Scrapyard by Quedeca. Signed. I got that. It's the album that I got the little ghost guy tattooed from. Little ghost on my arm. It was off of this collection of Scrapyard mixtapes. Has a very interesting little inlet there. And it has... It's a one-disc LP. I'll say that. It's a one-disc LP, but they had to put it on 2 discs. Because every song except for one fit on the first one. So on the second disc, they have the last song on the album, which is Texas Blue. Amazing song. If you like Bon Iver, if you like Kevin Abstract, if you like Brockhampton, listen to it. It's great. Beautiful little song, very Bon Iver influence on there. It has a little beautiful, cute little thing in the beginning. But it's a great song. The whole album's amazing. I definitely would recommend it. Anthony Fantano gave it a 9, so it has to be good. But yeah, on the back side it has little ghost people. This is going to be sick when I'm able to hang this on the wall somewhere. I can't wait for that. It's got the last song on the album on this disc here, and then an actual unreleased mixtape that he just threw on here because he had to fill up the rest of the space, I guess. Which is sick. Thank you. And yeah. that's that. Those are all of the vinyls that I currently have. I am going to be looking to expand my collection once I get a little bit more space. Due to my current living conditions, it's kind of hard to keep buying these because I don't really have anywhere to put them, so I gotta wait on it a bit. But I'll update as I get more. I'll go through them in like batches of like 10 or whatever. As I get some more, if I get something really special, I might dedicate a whole video to that. I don't know. I've already talked about Scrapyard a shit ton. I've had like 3 prior videos where I've mentioned it, so I'm not going to go into it anymore. But this is an amazing album. It impacted me in a very significant way, and I'm very lucky to have this a signed copy of it. Oh. But yeah, other than that, I appreciate whoever stopped in to watch my little record video thing that I did here, going over my collection. And I'm going to be making more content related to music as I get the time. I'm going to school now and working part-time as well, so it's hard for me to kind of keep up with this kind of stuff and also do the things that I have to do on my own. But I am going to try to keep up with this at some level. I'm not, if I go away for like a few months, I'm not just abandoning it. I just got a lot on my plate. But I appreciate everybody that came and looked at what I got today. If anybody has any album recommendations or has anything to say about my collection, please let's talk about it. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll be back soon. Bye.